A lot of fans are still discussing the botched finish from SmackDown and where that could possibly go. We'll also check out what's happening with AJ Lee, Tiffany Stratton, and much more. Starting things off with AJ Lee. AJ Lee recently returned for the first time in over 10 years, and during the night of her return, AJ debuted a new merchandise design. It still followed the spiderweb theming of her old design, but with a little remixed look, more pink to it, and the phase of love bites back. The new design has been a hit. AJ has obviously been wearing it, CM Punk has been wearing it, several superstars and fans have been rocking it. But AJ recently took to her social media platforms to question her fans on what are some other types of merchandise items they'll like to see her new design on. And while the answer AJ got was pretty surprising and unexpected, AJ revealed that she was bombarded with thousands of requests of fans wanting her original merchandise design back. Her classic Love Bite shirt from the peak of her career in the early 2010s. AJ said that she saw a lot of messages from fans saying that they all couldn't get her shirt back then because they were all young and had no money. But now that they're all older, they want to buy that shirt design that they know and love from their childhood. AJ heard the thousands of requests loud and clear, and she put in the request to WWE Shop, and the request was granted. AJ's original Love Bite shirt was fully restocked in every size across the board. Retro shirts is something that they've done for a few superstars such as CM Punk, John Cena, and the NXT Homecoming stars. But it looks like AJ got her own retro shirt only because the fan demand for it was absolutely insane and hard to ignore. AJ has a strong fan base and they all have a deep connection to that retro shirt, so it means a lot to them, and it's because of the fans that the shirt has been brought back. What would be cool to see is if AJ Lee does rock her own retro shirt. To see her back in that exact top would be an insane trip down memory lane. That's the same shirt design that she won her first title in and had so many great moments in. So to see her back with that original shirt design on would be another great moment. And it would be a first because they brought back several retro shirts in recent memory. But no superstar has really worn one of their own retro shirts on television lately. So if AJ does it, she'll be the first. As far as the latest for AJ Lee goes, she did make Becky tap out in the mixed tag match. And that outcome does appear to hint at the idea that AJ now has a right to come after the Intercontinental title. But with AJ not being on a full-time deal, her next appearance is a bit up in the air and unknown. AJ is not currently scheduled for any upcoming shows, so it looks like the next time we'll see her, it'll be a little surprise return. Given the nature of the story and the bits and pieces there, it does look like it'll make the most sense for AJ to come after Becky Lynch during that surprise return. Becky has been very angry lately ever since that mixed tag loss, saying that she's going to make an example off someone. So that right there could also set up a return scenario for AJ Lee. Maybe Becky targets an innocent babyface star to make this example out of, and it'll be up to AJ to come out and make the save for whoever Becky is coming after. You can see maybe something along those lines being set up right there. Becky is frustrating, she's fuming, and AJ gotta save whoever it is that Becky will target. There's a lot of fans even wondering if we'll see Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee for the Women's Intercontinental title at Crown Jewel. And if that's the case, then the build-up should really intensify in the immediate future. So there's a lot of big things to look forward to there for AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. Expect a lengthy feud between AJ and Becky, and then once that's settled, hopefully AJ can go on to have more dream matches that fans have been dreaming about for the last 10 years. Definitely a lot of high expectations for this run from AJ Lee, so there'll be a lot to see there. A severe pinfall botch is one of the hardest things to watch unfold in a wrestling match. You know, as a fan, that is predetermined in entertainment. But to see a referee stop counting during a pin when no one kicked out or interfered, it can be a serious break to the immersion of a match and just borderline cringe. And that's unfortunately the situation that just unfolded on SmackDown. Stratton, Jax, and Cargill were well on their way of having an amazing triple threat match. But unfortunately, the great things they did in that match are understandably now under the shadow of the botched pinfall. When something big like that happens, the match gets forgotten, and that botch is going to be the main thing that gets remembered from this match. It's unfortunate, but that's just how it is. So Stratton pins Jax, and referee Aja Smith counts to 2, but stops herself from counting to 3 and calls it a 2 count, despite the fact that we can clearly see that Jax didn't move a muscle to break out of the pin. It led to a very awkward moment where the commentators didn't know what to say. The crowd is booing because that's just inexplicable, and it's just awful and real immersion shattering. It's been said before that referees are instructed to count to 3 no matter what. That's been said by many individuals in times past. But that's not the case here. The referee did not count to 3 and said it was a 2 count despite 0 movement. Fans are wondering if the referee was expecting an interference from Jade Cargill, or if Jax forgot to kick out. It's extremely unclear. But Tiffany would hit her moonsault on Jax just seconds later, and got the 3 count from that. After the match, referee Aja Smith took to her Instagram story to address the moment and the fan reaction from it, saying that she sees all the love from the fans, and how she's just human and striving to be better, and how she loves the business just like the fans. So again, no one knows who's really at fault for the whole situation. The referee's Instagram story there definitely makes it seem like she's owning up to the situation, saying that she's only human and made a mistake. So maybe it's not on Jax or Cargill like everyone originally expected. And although the moment has been fully removed from all replays and not acknowledged by the company at all since it happened, you do have some fans wondering if they can take a storyline approach to this situation. It's something that has happened before in the past. A real-life situation or real mistake takes place, and then the company acts on the fly and turns it into a storyline and morphs it into the program. So to save the integrity of the business and put a band-aid over that massive blunder, fans are wondering if it's possible for them to work that botched referee count into the storyline. It doesn't have to be anything insanely complex, but maybe Jax threatened Aja Smith off-screen to count slowly or break up the pin if she didn't kick out. It can be a moment and twist used to make Jax seem like even more of an evil villain in this whole scenario. Even earlier in the match, Jax did pull the referee by the leg and out of the ring. So Jax was already getting physical there with the referee. So if they come around and reveal that Jax threatened the referee off-screen before the match, that could add a lot of context for the things that were happening there, and most importantly, it will explain and cover up that horrific botched pinfall count. Jax could get a little storyline related slap on the wrist for threatening a referee, and Aja Smith's name will be fully cleared from that pinfall blunder. So will they do something like that? It's surely possible, but it seems they're going to stick to the route of ignoring it and acting like it never happened. And as far as Tiffany Stratton's reign goes, the next milestone she has her eyes on is the 300-day mark as champion, which is quickly approaching. Tiffany will meet Stephanie at Crown Jewel for the Crown Jewel title, but it will be interesting to see who in the world they select to be Tiffany's next challenger, because she once again defeated Jax and Cargill. So hopefully Tiffany has escaped that vortex and can face someone brand new that she hasn't faced all year long. That's what everyone is hoping for.
But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.